Hello, folks. I'm back. All right, a little technical difficulties. We'll see if they work or not. I was trying to get my chat to appear in the box, the empty space next to the video, but I'm new to this OBS deal, but we're getting by. So we're gonna try another stout. This is a bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial stout. Okay, it's called Drago. Drago is there's a bunch of variants that they did over the couple of years. It's from Wild Onion Brewery, and they're in I think it's Lake Barrington, Illinois. Um, so uh, this one, the variant I got is Hazelnut. This is 2020. Um, they usually go about. This one is it's a 12 ouncer, and it's 11% ABV. Um, so it's a kick in the pants. So you're not going to drink too many of these and go anywhere. So we will crack this one and see what we got here. So try not to spill on my new computer. Absolutely no head on this one, but it's pouring a little bit thinner than motor oil, which is what I like. What I like in a good stout is, to me, it's good if you spill it on your hand and your hand's sticky the next 3 or 4 hours. All right, so here's this. Let's get a whiff of it. Oh, hazelnut comes through crazy, crazy. So this hasn't lost any of its hazelnut. Um, oh, that's good. A lot of barrel comes through on this one. So when they store the beer in a barrel, it gets a lot of whiskey. Ooh, it's got a little burn on the ass end of it. So yeah, this is actually pretty good too. 2 for 2, guys. 2 for 2. This is a Russian Imperial Stout, so it's going to be a little bit more boozier, and the barrel helps that too. These guys did one. They did this. I think they did a vanilla one, and they did a plain one. They're all bourbon barrel aged, and they did a mole stout, which I was kind of sad that I didn't get my hands on. So it's a Mexican inspired, like, hot chocolate stout. So it probably had like cinnamon in it and that Mexican chocolate taste. So um, it was in a green can. I remember that. But it was. If I could get my hands on one, I'll definitely crack one for you guys and show you what it's all about. Um, like I said, stout season is here upon us when it gets cold out, and I don't know. This is my favorite part of the year because it's the best beers that come out. Summertime, I'm usually into sours. Sours are good, very refreshing. Um, but with this COVID thing going on, the a lot of the fests are going away. They're doing all virtual stuff. That's why It's one reason why I created a virtual tap house, is because if I haven't told you before, the company I work for, corporate, sent down a letter at the beginning of the COVID and said, "Hey, we can't do any live tastings." So what's happening was, I was seeing people coming in and sticking to what they know. So I don't know the exact numbers or anything like that, but I mean, I know tasting is a big part of the industry. We've all done it before. We've all grabbed a bottle of beer, bottle of wine. The label looked nice. The marketing was awesome. You know, they had a great description on it. You get it home, you're all excited to taste it. You crack it, you take that first sip, and you're like, "Oh my God, this sucks." So we've all got stuck with that before. So, and what sucks about that too is that, say if you're doing, for example, barefoot wines, you get a bottle like that, and you don't even try anything else Barefoot Wines does. So that's the important part of sampling in my industry. Um, so what I was seeing over the last couple months is people sticking to what they know, new products coming out, and they have nowhere to go because no one's buying them. So I created a virtual tap house, and what I've been doing is getting um, brewers to put together a sample pack, 4 pack of what's in their stable at the time that we're going to do a tasting. And 2 weeks before seemed to be the sweet spot, and we would sell the beer and let people know that there's a virtual tasting on it. And people are like, virtual tasting, what's that? I'm like, well, okay, so you go home, you sit at home. If you could sit on the beer, that's awesome. If not, it's not, it's there to drink. But we'll go through a tasting with you, and we'll explain to you what it's all about, what we're tasting, and what goes in the product. So it went over really well. The first one I did was with Forge Brewhouse out of DeKalb, and without any advertising or anything like that, really, I mean, 40 people showed up. It was incredible. So right away, I saw the potential for this to take off, and so what we've been doing is what I'm hearing. What I'm doing different is that I'm actually going to the brewery or the distillery and sitting down with the people that actually have the hands-on and making of the product. So what's going on is I'm going to the brewery, I'm streaming from the brewery, and the brewer's sitting right next to me, and he's walking us through the tasting, what we're tasting, why did he use this, and whatnot. So I think that's the hook of this whole virtual tap house thing. And so I'm six events in. I've done six breweries, one better than the other, attendance wise. The first one was like 40 people, and what was happening too is that I seen that people were I was getting like 3 or 4 people showing up on YouTube or Discord or wherever it was, but there was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people behind them sampling. So they were having sampling parties. So one account didn't necessarily mean it was one person. One of them was up to 8 people. So that's what I was amazed at. People were actually getting together and having sampling parties. To me, that's awesome because it's I'm not worried. I used to have live events at the store, and people were coming in and getting tore up for like $5. Coming in getting tore up, and I have to worry about them driving home, calling a cab, and hurting themselves or hurting someone else. And then people coming in, paying their $5, getting tore up, and leaving, forgetting to buy something. So this is my dream come true, is that people are coming in, buying a 4-pack, going home, doing the tasting. They're at the safety of their home. They don't have to drive anywhere. And we get the sale up front. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. So I don't know. It's I'm seeing where this little adventure takes me, and if worse comes to worse, I'm traveling around the Illinois right now and going to breweries I've never been to before, and I'm getting to drink beer for free. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep on continuing drinking this Drago Hazelnut. So even if beer isn't your thing, everyone has their vice. Like Clifford, his is whiskey, his wife's is whiskey, and it's good whiskey. So, like I said, we're spreading out into other events with the tap house. I'm going to try to do a gourmet cheese tasting in this format too. We're going to try to get a bunch of gourmet cheeses from one dairy farm, and then we could go to the dairy farm and visit with the guy that creates the cheese, and we'll go from there and see what kind of tasting he can put on for us. So I don't know. This live streaming is a little bit harder than I thought it would be, because you're constantly trying to talk, and you're talking to a screen. So bear with me, folks. I'll get better with this, like with the other events that we've been doing. So anyone have any questions out there? Anyone want to see something? I mean, I got, being in the industry, I get a lot of samples, and I have a refrigerator full of craft beer, and I don't really drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just, I don't know. I don't like drinking alone, but now I don't feel like I'm drinking alone because I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, let's put on a little music, finish my beer, and we'll go on from there. Maybe I'll have one more before the night's over. I gotta work tomorrow, but I don't have to work till 2. So, let's see what we got here. Amazon Music. How's the feed out there, guys? Can you tell me? Is it laggy? Is it choppy? Can you hear me? Amazon Music, Eddie Van Halen tributes. Poor Eddie Van Halen. Let me tell you one thing. I couldn't do a lot of these hazelnuts, man. This is a kick in the pants. 11%. It's gonna sit like a rock, but it's very tasty. You know, I would definitely give this like a 4.2 out of 5. And I remember paying probably $8 a can, which isn't bad. It's not great, but I mean, you're paying for the storage and the barrel of the thing. Still showing frames are dropping, so my internet sucks over here. I got the lowest speed and stuff like that. I'm never home to do this kind of stuff, but I might have to up my speed now if I'm going to do some streaming. So no, I haven't gotten to Harry Cow yet. I haven't gotten over there yet. They've been open for a couple years now, and it's just it's kind of a hike for me to get over there. So, hey Clifford, what do you want to do when we go up to Driftless Glen? Do you guys want to drive? Do you guys got? Do you guys want to ride with us? I know I think your wife was saying that you have like family or friends up there. Do you guys want to go up the day before and meet us up there? Or, I mean, let me know what your thoughts are. So. I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to come from Dixon straight to here. I work at 2 o'clock tomorrow, so I go in at 2 o'clock. So, yeah, we might have another whiskey barrel for you too if you want. I'll let you know. We're getting rid of everything. But I want to do like a kind of like a bottle share up there too. Bring something that we can all share. You know what? One of my customers came in this week, and he was in Ohio whiskey wrangling, and since Ohio is state owned, so everything has to go on the shelves. So it's the first time he did it. He actually texted me and he asked me if I wanted a bottle of Special Reserve, and I'm like, Special Reserve? I can get that easily over here. He's like, no, not the 1.5, the 1.75 bottle. I'm like, well, shit, give me that, dude. So he got me a bottle of 1.75 Special Reserve Weller for $55. So I got that for some trading material. You got a birthday coming up too, don't you? What's up, James? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm drinking a Drago from Wild Onion in Lake Barrington, Illinois. Small brewery. Hazelnut, 11%. No IBU, so it's not bitter at all. But is it boozy as hell. Woo. I can feel the heat on my palate. So I'm going to be doing random things. If you guys turn on your alerts, you can catch me and make a fool out of myself doing random beer tastings. But I kind of like the streaming thing. It's new and fresh to me, so I'm probably get bored of it 3-4 months down the road. But until then, you know, hey, let's just stream. And I use you guys as an excuse to that I'm not drinking by myself. And I'm just, at this point, I'm choking this down. This is definitely one of those beers that you bring to share, and you share with like 3 or 4 other people. The other night I opened up a, God, it's called, I forget what the heck the name of the place was. It's like Abomination Brewery or something like that. It was a stout that was like 16%, and I grabbed it out of the refrigerator, not really thinking. I'm like, yeah, I'll crack this and have a beer before I go to bed. And man, that put me out like a punch from Mike Tyson. But yeah, I had to wind up choking that one down by the end too, because I do not pour out good beer. What are you up to tonight, James? Oh, really? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping. Last time my old boss John went up there, they to Driftless Glen, they rolled out the red carpet for them. So they've been, you know, they're talking about, they're the only ones that see the future in this virtual tasting thing. So they are going to they're packaging airplane bottles specifically for this event. So they're doing production on that, because I think they see the future of this virtual tasting stuff, because COVID's not going to go away, and this type of tasting in the market is a new frontier, and it's, you know, when you do new things, it's you're the flavor of the month and people want to do it. So and they got a company in around Baraboo to do a packaging. So they're packaging 4 50 ml bottles in a cardboard container as a tasting kit, and they were talking to me like how excited they are, and they were talking to me how their national sales team is excited for this, you know. So I mean, I mean, this could blow up pretty good for me. So I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on here, checking this out, and your support. It's this has been a wild ride. Like I said, I'm about 6 weeks in on this virtual tap house, and I'm booked every Sunday to the end of the year doing these things. So I actually had 2 breweries come into the shop 2 days ago and track me down and say they wanted to sign up. One was Mars, and one was Dovetail, and so I signed up both of them for the last 2 spots I had open for the rest of the year. I'm kind of sticking away from the holidays for this stuff, because I don't want to bog myself down, but I enjoy doing this, you know. Clifford, I heard from a little bird, so. But I'm gonna probably take Clifford. I don't know if I told you before. I'm probably gonna take that 23-year-old Pappy and offer it to the local Meals on Wheels, because they've been pretty good to my mom gets Meals on Wheels. They've been pretty good to my mom, so offer it to them for a raffle, so they could raise money, you know, let them pay for it and then do whatever they want with it. So, but I got you on the list, so. Oh, I gotta put this aside. I gotta start something else, man. Excuse me. Let me go to the refrigerator and see what I got going on over there. What I need is a Lazy Susan, so I could show you guys my refrigerator. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn this real quick. Yeah, I was doing a stream for Arrowhead Brewing, and my computer crapped out 5 minutes pretty much before the stream. I had to borrow someone's computer to do it, so I went out and bought a new one, because I figured if I was going to do this, I better be prepared. Alright, so those are refrigerator, freezer, and I'll open it up and show you guys. Alright guys, so you saw my refrigerator. It is packed to the gills with sample beers. I would say 90% of those beers I've been given to by reps. And I share the wealth. I get customers come over all the time and we sit in the garage, and it seems like, you know, we drink like 4 or 5 in one night, and then the next day I bring back 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's a never ending thing. I guess there's worse problems in the world to have. So, but it is what it is. Oak Cream IPA, Untitled Arts. How is that? That's a collaboration between Untitled Art and Humble Forager. I had my eye on that one. Some people said it was good. Some people said it sucked. So, what's your opinion, James? I also have a stout that is from Arrowhead that hit the shelves yesterday. It is it's called Coffin Creeper. It is an Imperial stout made with Count Chocula cereal, and it's pretty awesome from what I'm hearing. So I got to stash one of those for me. But I got like 3 cases of it. You might want to get a piece of that action too. The 101 Clifford. Hey Clifford, you know, I sold you that 101 that I had, and then like 2 weeks later they released it from the distillery, and I got like 2 bottles in, which was really rare. But the box that you got was a black box, and the box that they gave us was like a light brown box. So I guess that's the difference. But I remember going down to the distillery to get the Maker's Mark 101 because they said they were releasing it, and I had to go and get some. So, Clifford, did you sign up to be a brand ambassador with them? Because I've done 3 barrels with them so far, and they made me a permanent ambassador. So anytime I show up, I can get me and a friend a tour if I wanted. But you know, you get down there in Bourbon Trail, you always kind of see what I don't know. It's once you've seen them all, once you've seen one, you've seen them all pretty much. You know, it's the prettiest was Woodford Reserve. The best tour was the Maker's Mark. The best drinking tour was Heaven's Hill. Oh my God, man, they've whipped out some stuff. And then, did I ever tell you about when I went to Wild Turkey? My aunt lives in that town for Wild Turkey, and she's like 80 years old. She's like, yeah, I'll take you and drop you off because I've been there a million times. So she took me and dropped me off. She waited for me in the gift shop. So I come back, she's over there, and she's like, she goes to me, she goes, you see that guy over there sitting by himself? Go over there and tell him I'm your aunt. Turns out she goes to church with this guy. It was, Jimmy Russell, the master distiller. So he's like, yeah, you know, I know your aunt and blah, 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 and go grab a bottle and I'll sign it for you. So he gave me a bottle of Russell's Reserve and signed it for me, which is awesome. I have that in my stash. If you ever want to trade for that, I'll trade it for something. You know, because that's you can appreciate it more than I could. So the next beer that I'm going to do is probably the last one for tonight. All right, I'm going to wind up not making it home to bed. Is Snap Crackle Pop by Oswego Brewing. So this is a stout made with Snap Crackle Pop, cocoa cereal. So it's another cereal theme. But I've had this before. This is pretty incredible. So they're doing crazy stuff. Pouring a little bit less thick than motor oil, so it's going to be a thin stout, no head, and you can smell the cereal right off the bat. Oh, this is going to be a treat. Oh my God, is that sweet? Let me see. Let me get some information on this one. So what they need to do, Clifford, they need to make a whiskey app like Untapped. Untapped is a beer app, and you could track what you've been drinking, when, and you can see if you friend your buddies on it. You can see what they're drinking, where they're drinking, and you know, I've had beers that I forgot I drank 5 years ago. You know, it's like, oh, I drank that and I liked it. So it's a pretty cool app. I use it to honestly to keep track of my reps. Don't tell them that. So sometimes the reps I'll see stuff popping up in my area, and the reps haven't offered me these beers. I'm like, why didn't you offer me these beers? You know, I'm like, oh, I forgot. You know, because they're diverting stuff to other accounts. So you kind of keep an eye on them. So Oswego Brewing, the stout, it's an Imperial stout. It's 10.3% alcohol, man. It's another kick-ass one. Yeah, that's a good beer. That's a good beer. It hides the ABV very well. I can probably sit more than one of these in a session though, because it's very strong and it's very sweet. I would like to taste this probably a year down the road. Hopefully, knock some of that sweetness off of it. So you guys are brand ambassadors for Maker's Mark. That's awesome. Yeah, when you're graduating brand ambassadors, you're going to get a picture with your barrel. You get to buy 2 bottles off your barrel. They let you dip them. They put a special seal on the top of it, and they give you front of the line privileges. They make a big deal. It's one of the better programs I've ever ran into in any marketing situation. I actually tuned out Maker's Mark for about a year. When they sold to the Japanese, I was boycotting them, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, definitely, that'd be awesome. James, you got some ice cream now? That's hilarious. Yeah, Clifford, I appreciate you putting it out there, man. It's like I said, this has been an incredible ride. It's kind of got me inspired to do stuff. You know, I just got to figure out a way to monetize this. You know, the honeymoon's gonna wear off of me driving, going to breweries and drinking for free. I hope not, but it will. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I don't see this going anywhere anytime soon, and I think I'm a little bit ahead of the curve on it. It's just I got to tighten a few things up and you know, get some more followers. I mean, I got like 65, 67 followers, and have no content on this so far, so which is pretty good. The videos are over 125 hits each. So the next one is So Hopped is what I'm doing. They're out of Huntley. They're a little lesser known because the brewery called More opened up at the same time, so people are kind of all about more and not about so hopped. So hopefully I'll give them a little exposure. Um, yeah, if I can eventually go to accounts and be like, hey, listen, I have 1,000 followers. It's an easy sell. Last weekend I did Little Beaver Brewing, and I included three other Hyvies in on the sales of the virtual four packs. So that was more bang for our buck. We actually sold, between us and the brewery, we actually sold 25 cases of the sampler four packs, which is a lot. It was like 150 units, which was awesome. I had about 60 to 80 people show up on that one, so it's there's interest. People are looking for something to do. People are looking for something different. And I don't know if you guys know, but like DeKalb County got shut down again for COVID, so people are back indoors, and they're looking for stuff to do. So James, what are you nursing that beer? What's your next one? What do you got? Yeah, Oswego Brewing was awesome, man. It was a little hard to find. They got that bike shop above, and they're an old fire station. But yeah, they put out some solid beers. Their main rep, God, I forget it. His name is Stu. He's going to be leaving them. Um, so that's going to be a kick in the ass for them. But I'm sure they'll find someone else. Yeah, it was kind of a hike for me, but I mean, it is what it is. I enjoy going to these things, and I enjoy networking and meeting people and stuff like that. So, and what's awesome about this too is when I'm talking to the brewers, it's they're very passionate about what they do. So they get excited that someone wants to know about what they do, and some of these beer nerds that are watching go crazy when they whip out their notes and they start going over their brewing notes. So it's I guess it's appealing to people on another level. So what are you drinking now, James? Clifford, do you drink your whiskey neat? Or are you drinking it on the rocks? Or you use whiskey rocks? Oh man, these 10%ers got me buzzed. Woo. I can't get over how delicious this beer is. But it's going to put me in the bed early tonight, let me tell you that much. Yeah, Clifford, when we go up to Driftless Glen, man, I'm gonna hopefully get them to let us taste out some barrels or something. You know what I'm saying? Something different for everyone. Something that not everyone gets to experience, because they're making, well, not making, but they're asking both of the distillers to sit in on this virtual tasting, which is awesome. So looks like I need a backdrop too. I gotta get a backdrop from like Amazon, something like David Letterman. I got a question. How is the stream, guys? Is it jumpy? Is it lagging? So I'm showing on these dropping frames. Not a lot, but I'm showing a few frames dropped. I'll get it down to science. I do have widgets on this thing too. It's when people sign up as subscribe, a little alert will go off on screen. When people tip, a little alert will go off on the screen. Mostly neat. Have you ever used whiskey rocks? I have, but I think they're a waste. One thing that they taught me at that Heavens Hill tasting, so put in a drop or two of water, man, it really opens it up. Yeah, it's a yeah. I got a shit internet connection right now, so plus my 74-year-old mom lives with me, so she's watching something on you on streaming, so I'm sure it's competing with streams. Yeah, I'm getting a lag too on the comments, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe I should go down a block and use like the neighbor's internet or something. Get in trouble for stealing someone's internet. James, have you tried the new Humble Forager that we got in last week? It's phenomenal. Like they're like milkshake IPAs are phenomenal. I could actually drink them for breakfast. Their single barrel rye is wonderful. Got too much better as an age on the shelf. Who's single barrel rye? The Driftless Glen or Maker's Mark? Hey Clifford, by the way, we're getting Whiskey Acres. My boss did a barrel pick before he left, and they're doing a cask strength barrel pick Whiskey Acres. It's coming in like next week. Everyone's asking about it, and they're releasing the Bottle and Bond series again tomorrow. So I don't know if Whiskey Acres is in your wheelhouse or not. They had the master distiller from Maker's Mark consult with them before they opened up, so I could kind of taste it in their product. So So back to this Oswego Brewing, Oswego, Illinois, Snap Cocoa Pop, an Imperial Stout, or is this Imperial? Imperial Stout made with Snap Cocoa Pop cereal. So it's incredible. Yeah, totally, totally. Like I said, I'm winging it right now, but I mean it's gonna be it's gonna be good down the road. Uh, like I said, I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. So I have too many people interested in it right now. It's awesome. After that first one, I saw the potential with 40 people showing up without even any advertising. So I'm going to be doing a craft beer dinner for New Year's Eve with Forge Brew House. I'm going to stream their chefs making a two course dinner for two, and then they're making it especially for reheat, and then there's going to be an option to buy a 4-pack for a 4-pack tasting during the meal. And the key is we're going to do it early, so you eat the meal about 7 o'clock, do the tasting about 8 o'clock, and then you're done for the night for the early birds, for the old people like us. I drink whiskey neat also. What's up, Chris? How did you like that Count Chocula cereal beer? Let me know. I'm right now tasting the Snap Cocoa Pop. I think you guys have had this before. It's very sweet. 10.6, man. It's kicking me in the pantaloons. Got a fourth viewer. Hello, fourth viewer. I may have one more. I might have one more in me. Clifford, what about Driftless Glen? I'm really excited to go up there, man. I saw how they treated my boss. They took him. They sent him down a. Well, the owner of the dealership, the local Hyundai dealership, owns that Driftless Glen up there, and they sent a car for him, drove him up there, had him pick a barrel, come back, and the next day the barrel was already, everything was bottled and ready to go the next day. They sent it to there. So I was very impressed with them. The guy that does marketing for him, what's the price point on? You know, I have no idea. I would imagine it's no more than $50, but we'll see. It's the Whiskey Acres cast strength. You know, the cast strength, they're basically pouring it right out of the barrel, so they rarely do that. And there's not going to be a lot. You know, it's going to be like half the hull of a normal one. So it's I'll set aside a bottle for you. But I got people asking about it already because word on the street it's coming out. So but I digress. The the guy that does marketing for the Driftless Glen owner at his Hyundai dealership. He's from Alabama, and he's a big whiskey guy. I sat down and talked with him the other day. You'll see him in line when you guys come to get your whiskeys. So cool cat. I'd like to take advantage of him. You know what's funny is that doing this, I never realized how many people, like good people, I've had in my corral for connections. You know what I'm saying? Until I started putting them down on paper, which is awesome. Thanks, James. Yeah, I'm trying. I am at that point where I'm almost famous. That's how I'd like to describe it. It's like I just need that one break to where. So the other day I had a guy come in to the store, and he was asking me all sorts of questions about the virtual tap house. And I thought he was just a regular customer. And when I checked him on, he was ready to go. He's like, "Yeah, by the way, I'm going to send this up the chain and see if there's a story in it." I'm like, "What do you mean story?" He's like, "Oh, by the way, I work for NPR, so if I could get like a 5-minute shout out on NPR, this will blow up all over the place." So, yeah, Clifford, that's exactly why I want to do it, because I want to cater to the people that don't want to go out and party all night and just do a nice beer tasting and get a dinner and for reheat and whatnot. So it's I'm using Fiorello, you can't comment because you're probably not logged in. So I'm not really sure how that goes. I'm still seeing your comments. What's the price point on a Whiskey Acres cask strength? So I am seeing comments. It might be because my connection is laggy. So, but I'm trying to try out this live streaming stuff because I got to get my name out there, and it seems like when you do live streaming and post it, people seem to come. So post it and they will watch. There's not a lot of beer tastings going on. Not a lot of beer reviews going on. There's some good ones, that I've been researching. But I don't know, maybe I could carve out my niche on YouTube also. But Jesus, man, this 10.6 is a kick in the pantaloons. But yeah, Clifford, yeah, that's when I've hit a certain age. When I hit 40, I realize, it's not all about being out late and watching the New Year come in, because I don't think I've ever made it to New Year's after I was turned 40. You know what I'm saying? It's just another day. Alright, James, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you soon, man. Holler at me when you come into the shop. Yeah, I like the square bottles with Driftless Glen because they fit better on the shelf, honestly. So I think the owner has some kind of program with his employees where they buy a bottle from Hy-Vee, they get some sort of reimbursement on it. Um, but we're the number one purveyor for those guys, and I'm hoping that they send out a brand ambassador to help sell these four pack sampler packs. I haven't seen any samplers come out, people tasting wise, but I saw one brand ambassador come out last week and sell some wine without tasting, which is, I don't know if that's where the trend's going or not, but I mean, he sold some wine, but I think this is virtual tasting is a better aspect of that. Clifford, you got to work tomorrow? How about you, Chris? You got to work tomorrow? I got to work, but I'm not in until 2. Whoop, whoop. I spent all day in the yard, and these beers are going down awesome. I may get one more, and then I'm done for the night. So I definitely need a lazy Susan. So let's. Save this, but I'm gonna drink it because it was so good. Let me get my headset on and I'll tell you about it. Awesome, Chris, awesome. So, I went down to Little Beaver Brewing last Sunday. It's probably one of the hottest breweries in Illinois. And they had a beer called Blueberry Crumble, which is a wheat ale with blueberry, cinnamon, and vanilla. And I've never had it fresh. I've always gotten cans that are a couple weeks old. And it really makes a difference. But I had it fresh off the tap. And my God, was it incredible. So, as soon as I finish this other beer, I'm going to crack the Blueberry Crumble, and then I'm going to be done. Chris, you on a 48? Welcome to the other viewers. You're just watching me sit here and drink and give my reviews on beers. Right now I'm on Oswego Brewing, Oswego, Illinois. Snap Crackle Pop. It's a stout made from Snap Crackle Pop cereal. So it's a chocolate stout. It's phenomenal. It's a little bit too sweet. It's 10.6% alcohol, and it's a kick of the pantaloons. I got room for one more of me, and I will be done for the night. But thank you for joining us, and I appreciate the support, and we'll go from there. So I've done reviews on 4 beers tonight. That's pretty awesome. So next Sunday is So Hot Brewing out of Huntley, Illinois. I got a 4-pack sampler pack with them. I'm really looking forward to doing the double IPA because that is probably the best thing coming out of that brewery right now, and it is phenomenal. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Holler and chat. I'd love to hear from you. Listen to a little Allman Brothers. What kind of music you guys get into? Clifford, Chris, unnamed viewer. Right on, Chris. I see you're at work now. That's awesome. Damn, Saturday? Damn. So, Chris, if I'm offering Meals on Wheels, the 23-year-old Pappy, I think I got to get it past my boss. But if they don't want to take it, if that's not their thing for dealing with whiskey for a fundraiser, I mean, I would offer it to you guys for the firehouse because I saw your post about doing a fundraiser for them. So I mean, it's worth a good $2,000 or $3,000. So I would probably have you guys buy it at MSRP, and then you guys could go and raffle it off for like $20 a ticket. Something like that. Let me know what you think. Damn, Clifford. Hey, Clifford, that guy that wanted a Pappy. I forget his name, man. Hold on, let me find his name. Lester. I'm gonna get him in. I'm gonna do him a solid and get him in on the list. I think you know him from the prison. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just doing these random beer reviews just to get the name out there and see what's going on. I'm doing the scheduled beer tasting still too, but if I do random ones, I want to start expanding my base. almost done with this Snap Crackle Pop. My God, man, was that a punch in the mouth? All right, Blueberry Crumble. Little Beaver Brewing, Bloomington, Illinois. These guys are hot, hot, hot. This is a fresh beer, and these guys can do no wrong in my eyes right now. I mean, look at that color. Oh my God, the cinnamon is just on the nose. God, these guys are phenomenal. I posted in a craft brew group on Facebook pictures of me going on the brewery, and I got like, shit, I got like 100 likes on this shit. It is crazy. Here's the Little Beaver Brewing. My lord. Cinnamon, vanilla, blueberry, dry, kind of sour. It is a good beer. Bent River, you know, I try to get Bent River up here. The only thing I can get from them is some kind of stout. They do a sweet potato beer too that I get in every once in a while that people go crazy over. But they make they also make a jalapeno beer, which is decent too. But I get them up here, but they're hit or miss for us. The other beers I had tonight, I had a cappuccino stout from a brewery in Iowa. I had a God, where the hell is it? Snap Crackle Pop, and I had one from Wild Onion Brewing. God, what the hell is the name of it? The Drago Hazelnut. So I had 3 heavy hitters, and I'm finishing up with this cobbler, man. I got a kick in the ass tonight. But like I said, I don't like drinking alone, so I use this as an excuse to drink with friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll get to you. I'll get back to you on that. You know, I don't know what their rules are. You know, if they want to do a raffle with it, I just want to take care of them because you know they've been very good to my mom, and my mom's on Meals on Wheels, and they've been here faithfully every day during the week. You know, so I mean, I think they do a lot of good in the community. But I mean, if they're not into it, I definitely want to take that 23 and do something good. You know, something good in the community. So I just gotta okay it through the boss. But I mean, I don't know. It's everyone that looking for the 23 can join the raffle, you know, so it is what it is. How much money are you looking to raise, Chris, for the firehouse? Hey Clifford, how do you know Kyle? Man, it's 9 o'clock and I'm tore up already. Happy day off. That's hilarious. Yeah, he came in looking for it, and he's like, "My wife's gonna let me buy